Hey folks, John with Alternate Arms, your friend in less than lethal self-defense. Now guys, just like the video says, today we are going to install and test the Volumizer on our awesome PTX bullpup. Hey YouTube, not a firearm. Let's go. Now guys, before we do this insanely, ridiculously easy upgrade, okay? And by the way, YouTube, we're not modding anything, so please don't be jerks, okay? We are going to upgrade it. Here we go. You guys will notice, and I'm going to show Stumpy here, this line of different holsters, all kinds of different colors, shades, sizes, everything. We had some guy try to be a smarty pants, and Luke has been designing the belt clip holsters for every launcher on this board and a bunch that are not on this board. And he made a comment of, wow, the belt clip holsters have already been designed by somebody. No, they haven't. This is what 64 separate designs that failed look like. This is one box of 12. Luke has gone through an unbelievable iteration, total different iterations of all of these different things to get them perfect, to make sure, for instance, the salt supply, and I'll show you guys, once again, hey YouTube, not a firearm. All right, so showing the salt supply. You guys can see the clip, right? Listen to this, look at that, look how gorgeous that thing is, guys. Look at that. This is what Luke's been doing. Now listen to this, ready, ready, ready? That is what he was going for. Every one fits just like that. Perfect, they don't wiggle, they draw perfectly. This is what, when you prototype in 3D, guys, here, let's do it again. Ready, ready, ready? Oh, I love that sound. When you're prototyping in 3D, you have to print an object. First you create the object, then you print an object, then you once it's printed, you take it off, you test it, you make minor changes, you print it, you do it again and again and again and again and again and again until you finally get it right. You only have to get it right once, but you do have to get it right. Once you get it right, you got to get the right material. Because what we were finding is that PLA was too fragile, it would break. And ABS, even being as hard as it actually is, actually becomes brittle when you print it at 100%. We needed flex in the clip, because obviously the clip's got to go over your belt, right? You have to have a little bit of flex there. So he has gone through a ton of different materials. I am not going to spoil all this. I'm going to let him tell you all about it on a video that's coming like super shortly, because these are going to start to ship this week. If you want them, we do have them on the website. They're listed on there for pretty much every launcher. The CL is next. Once the CL is done, he's going to move on to the more exotic launchers like the JPX Firestorm, definitely the HTP 50, because we got a lot of requests for that, and we're probably going to get into some of the really weird ones too. So don't even ask me how we're going to do that, but yeah. All right, so I wanted to show you guys this. This is what prototyping looks like. So if anybody says, oh, it's been made before, no, it hasn't. So that's what this is all about. We want to make sure that what we make for you is great, fits what you got, and works right out of the box. So yeah, there you go. All right, guys, so you know what? Hold on, I gotta get these off my desk. Be right back. Now guys, this upgrade is very, very simple. If you have got an existing PTX bullpup, in other words, if you bought one in the first round, he is going to be sending you guys out the Volumizer, which looks like this, all right? He's going to be sending you the new spring, and all of this is going to come free of charge. All you need to do is contact him and let him know where you need it shipped to. And that's David. I'll put Paradigm's contact information down there, and you guys can get directly in contact with him. I will tell you that on a video that he recently put up on Paradigm, his son has started to work for him, so odds are you may be talking to his son. So be nice, guys, be nice. Now guys, the new ones that are coming out, this is going to be to upgrade the existing ones. Like this is an existing one that I've had since day one. You guys remember, it lives right there. The new ones that are coming out are going to come with this already included at no additional cost. Originally when this came out, that was an upcharge, and a considerable. So this gives you options. Now, it's not just one option. You get several options with this one setup, and we're going to go through that a little bit, all right? Now before we get started, I want to let you guys know, out of the box, these things were really designed for distance accuracy and not direct heavy hit power. That's why if you guys reflect back on the Paradigm videos I did back in the day, which I mean literally guys was almost 2 years ago now, you're able to hit targets at 100 yards like a laser beam, not a problem. They were never designed for high power, but a lot of people wanted that. They wanted these to be able to use in close quarters for high power to crank out rounds, you know, hard when they hit. That's what this was a response to. So I'm really glad that he finally got around to it. So out of the box, these things were typically shooting anywhere from 13 to 16 joules, right? Doesn't sound like much, but it is when you're firing super long distances and you want consistency on shots with shaped ammo. So that was what it was all about. This mod is going to give us the ability to do two things. One variation of the mod, and it's just one change, and I'm going to show you as we go, is going to take it up into the mid-20s, so we're talking 26, 28 joules, and the second part of the mod is going to take it over 50, and that's the big one. So I'm going to show you how to do this all right now. All right, so you got your PTX, and guys, if I don't know if the new ones that are coming out are actually going to have both the Volumizer and the standard. They probably will, but don't quote me on that. So, all right, you're going to pull your 2 pins on the back, okay? This is probably one of the most modular launchers you're ever going to see, guys. Then you're going to pull out your buttstock. Now, the buttstock, guys, you're going to change. When he sends you out your new one, I'm going to show you this. You can see that this is a solid kind of, well, it's got ridges in there, but it's solid. You can't see through it. The new one actually has a hole through it. That's for the Volumizer because it extends out a little bit. Now I do know that once their inventory of the originals after they've modded to this have been deleted or depleted rather, they are going to go with one that's got an indent internally so you won't see it. So that's in the future though, so no idea when that's going to happen. All right. Now guys, once you get to this point, what you got to do is on the front here, you've got a pin on the top. Now, these pins are going to have little inserts, and I hope Stumpy is going to pick that up. That insert fits inside of a hole. See, there's one on this side and on this side that fits on the inside of a hole that holds that pin in. So you're going to pull that pin out and slide it. Now, when you do that, that insert may either stay in there or it may come out. But on this side, you can see it's just sitting in there. If you take this pin, you can actually push that insert out from the other side. See? Just like that. So now I got both the inserts on there. There, pull it on out. And we'll do this together so you guys can see it. Out comes the bolts. There you go. That's the bolt. Now, all right, guys, now once you've got your bolt out, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to unthread the back, all right? Now, this is where you're going to have some fluctuation here, and I'll tell you why. Remember I was telling you that there is a mid-level mod that will take this up into the mid-20s. This is the existing spring that is on the current bolt right now, the stock one, okay? Now, if you take a look at this, guys, and you compare it to this spring, see the density difference? It is a denser spring by far. It's actually a much denser spring. In fact, when you compress them, you can feel the difference. This thing is hard to press. This one's much easier to press, okay? The denser the spring, the more powerful the launcher is going to be because it forces the bolt back harder. So, the dense spring will get you up into that 50 mark, and the lighter spring will get you back down into that mid-20s range, okay? So, guys, you could literally take this at whim from that 13 to 16 range all the way up to the 24 to 30 range, and then up to the max, oh my gosh, let's blow holes in things range. So, all together. Now, why is that important? Well, real simple reason, guys. A lot of you guys live in countries that will absolutely pigeonhole your launchers. You cannot have them above a certain velocity. That being the case, this is your option. You can actually dial it down to whatever your country is going to require you keep it at, all right? But you do have options to take it up in the future should you ever move somewhere a little less restrictive. Yeah, but that's the whole idea behind that. You're going to be able to make that choice with this. Now, in this particular case, we're going to go all the way to the top. I know what this does because I've tested it. We're going to go ahead and we're going to mount the new Volumizer in the bolt. So, spring in, Volumizer on. Now, once you've got this on, guys, it does take some pressure to push this, okay? So this is the new spring. So push it in, get it lined up. Do not cross thread this, guys. Okay, speaking of which, when you've got small metal threads, if you don't know what to do here, guys, if you're worried about cross threading, guys, twist it backwards first until you hear it click and then go forward. That's a great way to make sure you're not going to cross thread it. So, all right, putting it on, we're twisting it backwards. Listen for the click. Listen for the click, and there. Okay, and then we thread it up. All right. Now you've got your new bolt with your new volumizer installed, okay? From this point, we're going to insert the bolt. Now, there is a spring, guys, right here. See this little silver spring? That one? That is going to sit on the end of the bolt right here. Then, slide it on in. Once it goes in place, guys, you're going to see there's a notch. And this is important, guys. There's a notch right there. And that notch, guys, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this to you on Stumpy or not. I'm going to try to get light through that hole. This is the notch you're looking at, okay? When you slide the volumizer in, you see how it's blocking it now, that hole? As you go further, you're going to see a notch. See that notch? You want to turn it and line it up with that hole like that, okay? Once that hole's lined up, then you reinsert your pin, okay? Take your pin. Now, I've got the insert on this side already, guys, but we're going to slide through the hole here. Make sure you're lined up. Go on in with it. Now when it goes through, you're going to have it kind of protrude through the other side over here, guys. Hopefully, once again, hopefully Stumpy is actually catching this. I'm trying for you. You can wiggle this a little bit to make sure it gets on through. All right, once that goes in, then you'll see it slide all the way to the other side over there like that. Then you can slide on your little insert. Now that insert, guys, does go in the hole. You see that? So I want to show you that again. See how it's kind of sitting on top of the bolt, or I guess that's more like a, what would that be? Like a pin? Yeah, sitting on top of the pin, but it's inserted in that hole. So that's what's keeping it from sliding around in there. Now, all right, guys, so now we got the volumizer installed, nice and snug and secure in there. At this point is when you're going to want to make your adjustments on your velocity. Now, if you look up in the back here, guys, you're going to see there's an Allen key right up in there underneath the volumizer. What you're going to do is, you can actually see on a PTX bullpup, when you fire this, that bolt move, okay? You're going to adjust your volume. First, go all the way up. So open it all the way up. Fire it. You're looking for when the exact point when that mechanism slows down, okay? So, if you go all the way to the top and it won't fire, back it off, back it off, back it off. You want to hear right at the point where everything is moving smoothly again, okay? That's going to give you the most amount of power that you can actually get out of it and still have it cycle properly, okay? So you can't actually overjuice the thing. So let's see if that same wrench fits that adjustment right there. And it does. All right, so what I'm going to do is, let's close this all the way down. Hold on one second. What you want to do is go all the way where it stops, then back it off. I usually back it off about 2.5 turns. That's when we're going to start taking the power up. So that's going to be at the bottom of your power level right there. So right now, if I pressurize, no leaky. All right, let's pull the trigger once. All right, you guys hear that? And it's cycled properly. So let's go ahead, we're gonna turn it, let's give it a full turn. So that's right there. All right, now we're gonna fire it. Y'all hear the power difference? Still no leaky. All right, we're gonna depressurize. Let's go ahead and take it up a tiny bit more, guys. I'm feeling good about this. All right, let's go one more turn. Pressurize. Did you hear the difference? Okay, now on that one, guys, look, you'll note the bolt locked back. That's what you would, so if you get to that point where it's not cycling properly, you need to relock it, turn it back a tiny bit. You want to get it right to that sweet spot. That's what we're looking for. Let's go right there. All right, tiny bit more. We're almost there, guys. Sorry, this little wrench keeps slipping on me here. It looks like I'm turning it a million times, but I'm actually not, so. All right. Jeez, guys. All right, tiny bit more. So what I did is I opened it all the way up, and now we're backing it off to right where the sweet spot is. A little bit more. And there. Let's try that. I'm gonna have to air this thing up. Sorry for that little jump cut there, guys. I ran out of air. Yeah, you know, Luke had a couple of tanks that were kind of low. We found one that at least had a couple thousand pounds in it, so we filled this back up again. But I did get that compressor we were talking about, guys, and that thing is, it's a beast. It's a beast. We are going to open it on the channel. We'll probably do it tomorrow, but it requires that you literally water cool it in an ice chest, so we'd have to get a few more things. So we'll get to that. But all right, so back to it again. So let's see where we're currently at. I forgot what our adjustments were already, so let's just see if it'll fire currently. Here we go, pressurized. Okay, so it's a little tight there, so let's take it down a little bit. There we go. There we go. Oh, and see how that cycled? So what we're looking for, see how that cycled? Now watch. That's a good cycle. We're gonna back it off a tiny bit more. There we go. That's what we want. Now, there's only one thing left to do. We're gonna go out, let's chrono this thing. Now, I don't have, give me one sec, guys, the magazines that will fire the round balls. I've got some of the shaped ammo that you guys have seen before, the VXR ammo. Hang on one second here. There it is. All right. Yeah, when I say we do this live, guys, I'm not kidding. We do this live for you. By the way, you like the new stand? I mean, it kind of got them off the table and they kept dominoing on me, and this way you can actually see the guns. I thought that was kind of cool. Excuse me. Launchers, YouTube, no firearms. All right. So we're going to fire the VXR shaped ammo here. Oops, hopefully I got another bag over there somewhere, and I know I do, so we'll grab them. But just so we know, let me weigh these rounds out so we know what we are dealing with. We are dealing with 3.8 grams, okay? 3.8 grams on these. That's 2 of them. Hopefully I got more. I know I have another package somewhere. I'll find them. All right, hang on. We're going to go out to the field and let's see if what we're getting out of her. I cannot wait. Here we go. All right, guys. So we are looking for a beefy total here. Okay. If we are going to hit the 50 joule or better mark with a light round like these, we are going to have to hit over 620 feet per second, which I don't think we've actually hit on any less than lethal yet, although we're typically firing a much larger round. So, incidentally, the reason we're firing these instead of ball ammo, if you've got a magazine that says Paradigm, it will only fire the shaped ammo. If you've got one that says Karmatech, that will fire the shaped and the round balls. So if I had a Karmatech ammo, we'd be firing round balls right now. We'd probably be firing joules. You guys know the drill. But since I don't, we got to fire these. All right. We may revisit it though. Now I did find 10 rounds, so we're going to see what happens. That's heavy, guys. That's heavy. All right. Let's go ahead and set this. We are on. I'm going to do my best to get some readings, guys, because I don't want to miss these for sure. All right, pressurizing. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, and just for reference, guys, before anybody asks, we are at right around 2,500 PSI. Okay, here we go. Cross your fingers. Didn't get a reading on that. Oh. Holy cow, dude, that is a, okay, hold on. That one was 458, that was our third shot. 457, are you guys hearing this? .452, 465, 460, 461, 476, 466. Wow, consistency, and hit hard, dude. That was loud. So
30 joules.
So that's hitting at 30. I wonder if I put the wrong spring in.
Yeah, you might have.
I may have, because that would be the 30 joule spring.
Yeah.
All right, well, you know what? Let's revisit, change the spring. Here we go. All right, guys, so through the wonders of modern technology, Luke and I were actually able to test this. I did have the wrong spring in. Thank you, David. I called him up and asked him. When you're firing those VXF rounds through it with the correct spring, we were seeing right at 40 joules. 40 joules. Now, what I'm about to fire is not a VXF round. This, you know what, I'm not even going to tell you. Hang on a minute. Let's see if we get any different readings out of this one. Hold on just 1 second here. And, God. 381, boys and girls. 381. So, let's do the math on that. The round I just fired, hang on a second. We're going to do it together. You and me and all of us. Holy cow. Tell you, man, when you fire them live, it's a lot different than when you hear it on the camera. So, okay, let's go, and we're going to do it together. And I don't have Luke standing next to me right now. Otherwise, you know, I'd have my living, breathing calculator. But okay, so we're going to go 381. Luke, all right, 381. What is it?
54.
What?
54.
Okay, wait, what? Okay, no, that can't be right. So 380, 54? All right, feet per second. Now, what we were firing, guys. Hey, Daniel, you out there? Dun, 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 dun. These are the DK Spencer shaped rounds. And guess what they fit? Yes, they will fire in the PTX. They'll even mag load. But you gotta be a little sneaky about it. Let me show you. So, when you mag load these guys, since they're a tiny bit shorter than the VXF, right? You have to put them in and tilt them back a tiny bit, just like that. Put your next round in, tilt it back. When you do that, once it's in the launcher, it'll automatically realign. So I tell you what, I want to try. So wait a minute, how much was it?
54 joules. I told you the target was 360 FPS if you wanted to break it.
54 joules?
Yes, that's 54 joules.
You know there's something to that, guys. Because there's something else that I didn't tell you. Hold on a minute. All right, so I loaded 6 of them in here. So what I'm wondering, and we're gonna have Luke come with me here. We're kind of low on air. We got about 1,200 pounds. Luke, follow me with a camera.
Okay.
So I got some of Luke's cover over here. He loves when I do this to him. Luke, do you love when I do this to you? I know you do. All right, I'm gonna take a piece of your cover here. Here's what I'm curious about. What's our home distance, guys? Anybody? Shout it out. 3 to 5 meters. All right, so 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go here, 10 feet. So in a home scenario, can we break the cover? At 54 joules, we better. So here we go. Oh boy. You ready? Covered. What do you think, Luke?
So this is 3/4 inch OSB that we cut from our cover.
That he loves when I shoot.
Wow.
Guys, listen to these. And look, those rounds are still in shape. Oh, look at the dented tip. Look at the dented tip. That means that hit tip first. And if you look at that, that means that the rifling did what it was supposed to. Hey, DK, that I know of right now, you are the only one with compatible shaped ammo for that launcher except for pepper ball. Everybody hear that? What do we do?
Dented.
Oh, dude, turn it back around. Guys, look at this. It punched a hole in the front and blew out the back. That actually kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, that's kind of the same kind of pattern you see on a hollow point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, let's go back in. Guys, all right, look. You ain't gonna believe me, so I'm gonna show you. You saw 54 joules. This bag is almost empty. Luke and I were out there firing, and since you may not buy it from me. Luke, what did we see?
406 FPS.
406 FPS, translating out to how much?
61.
61 joules. That's dumb, guys. And this is now dialed in properly. Cycled perfect every single shot. And I thought I was low on air, guys, but the truth is, we're still at right at 1,000. So through all of those magazines and all of that firing and stuff, we only went through 1,000. One other thing we got to do, you might notice this is protruding. I forgot to show you this. The buttstock that they're going to send you, if you've got one of these, you'll notice the stock one doesn't have a hole through it. This one actually does have a hole through it. Can be a little tricky to get on though. Slide it on, it will slide onto the, there you go, like that. And slide it on there, lock it into place. It's pretty simple once you've done it once or twice, but it looks harder than it actually is. Once you get that in, throw in your 2 pins and you're done. And you better believe I'm leaving the volumizer installed. That is crazy power. Interestingly enough, after I had talked to David tonight, because I was like embarrassed and used the wrong spring, and he did laugh at me, I'm just saying. He did tell me that they're also working on another valve mod and upgrade for this one as well. So we aren't done with this. And for those of you that didn't see a shortened down model of the Overwatch, you guys definitely need to check that one out. Yeah. So 61 joules out of the box, and it comes with it at no extra charge. Oh, and did I mention we were using the wrong barrel? Yeah. Because at 61 joules, we were still firing shaped ammo through a rifled barrel. It wasn't intended for. So if this was a smoothbore barrel, which is what you're going to use for higher velocities, coming straight off that thing, dude, I mean, seriously, what could we have gained, Luke? I mean, I'm thinking at least 8 to 10 joules.
Yeah, a lot.
We might have got up near 70. So David is going to send me a smoothbore barrel for this, and you better believe we're revisiting this one. Yeah, but 60 joules. I will put a link to Paradigm down there. Now, we are going to carry Paradigm too. I love these guys. I mean, I really do. You saw the interview. David is a great dude. He's responsive and he takes care of people. We're going to carry these. We're going to have them listed on our website. This is from family to family. You guys know how I treat this channel and you know how I care about you. So, we'll have it listed shortly. Don't do anything right now, but we will if you want to buy one right now because you're anxious, you want to go get it. Paradigm's link is down there. The guy is awesome. So, yeah. Have a fantastic week, guys, and I'll see you at least one more time. So, have a good one. Bye-bye.